Hello everyone, this is the full painting process time-lapse of wooden house and sunflower garden that I painted. I will tell you about my thoughts about what I am doing and how am I doing it. I will show that you will see the surprising twist at the end, so stay tuned. When I will start, I sketch it randomly and scribble compositions. In this step, I will make a pretty rough sketch first because I try to searching an idea in my mind so that I could put into it. I lowered the opacity and I start making a new sketch layer on top. And then the second layer for this, you will see I sketch cleanly. It is kind of the step go through your own mind and figure out what kind of shape you want, and so you can reinforce your points of emphasis. If you can decide the shape before the lines up stage, it can be help you avoid some trouble. You will not spending a lot of time to reshape it when you are starting to draw the cleanly lines. Everything has its own volume and related to room. So I start sketching from a cube and putting the flower into it. It can be help you create a spaces for the flower so it may look realistic. Someone maybe will ask me what kind of elements should place at the intersections point because I set the rule of holding the main point in the scenes. I will say placing the main character at the intersections point to bring out significance of your works or some points you wanna emphasize. As you know, placing the main subject near one of the resulting intersections is better than putting in the middle of the bow, right? It is quite boring if you are assembling all the things into the middle place, so that the viewer will easy to get overwhelmed. Remember that in the distance, we should decide where our camera will be placed and what kind of shots we will be getting. These shots will be the close-up of plant details so that we should sketch it in different sizes to make it look close or far away. If you are not sure how to sketch in different sizes, just think about where they are coming from and where they are headed. After I sketch sunflower line art, it is time to sketch the stems and leaves. If you see what I sketch, you might think about that, oh no, that is messy, right? Yep, that is messy, but it is not the hardest part. Maybe it looks so complex, but if you observe it, you will discover that it's just similar things intersect together, which is in different sides. Before I start, I use the pretty handy tools in Create Studio Paint, which is the perspective guidelines. I used to draw the grid of the spaces, and after that I will take the diagonal lines to connect these intersections point, and this tells you where the centers of the grid is. In the part of the picker fence panels, you should draw the line up by following the horizon vanishing point so that the grid can be perfectly divided into equal parts. It is kind of important part for you guys to measure the proportions on the grid to figure out where all the pieces of the object go. In the roof part, I sketch it flattening wheel because I need to add some wooden particle in the both right and left sides. This is the same way repeating for the step to create a few equal parts. I used to give it a whole page color before I start to give them the base color. The whole page color should be the foundation layer, don't combine with another layers. When it comes to the color, you will have a lot of the variation in your color, in your texture, and in your size. If you don't know what color can be used, I will say that just try to look for someone's artworks or any photograph which can catch your feeling or impact your emotions or bring a sense of similar with closer artworks. Basically, I start off with find some idea from searching the references, especially when I draw or color the building, the house. I am not really good in building design at all, so I used to take a few references from Google. Setting up the base color is the one of the most important steps to guide you to take the right direction in the next coloring step. Actually, it will tough for you in the next step if you pick a wrong base color. But what does it mean, the wrong color? How can I make sure the color is the one that I needed? Or maybe you would think about that, I don't know how to pick the right color. Learning the color theory is a great way for you to understand color, but that is just a boring thing, right? I will not say that learning color theory is the best way improving your sense of colors. Sometimes picking the right color, it depends on your experience, your favorites, or even your own views. When it comes to the wooden texture, we all know about that texture is one of the elements which can make your work look more realistic. So I vintage it as far as possible to make it closer to the real. This part is definitely progressing along, so let's enjoy it. So let's go to the next stages, which is coloring the sunflowers. I open a new layer in another workspaces and start off with the block of green colors. In this part, I just open it for testing color and also searching the way to color the leaf. For the first leaf, it is just a simple the block of color and it doesn't need to put much more details. For the second part, I start to putting some details such as lines, veins of leaf to emphasize the thing is. So it doesn't need to put too much details. The third part, as you see, I started with more details as I wanted to try my best color it better. I put the reflecting line and highlight to make it more glam. But actually the leaf is not just a splendid line in real. But I get used to this lighting in order to make it more beautiful. During the comparisons, I found that the first leaf is too simple. In my look, I do nothing with that, just the base color. Then the third leaf is too much details, too much information for the viewer, so it can easily to get overwhelmed. I would like to choose the second one as my main coloring method. In this step, I put the base color down at the beginning, so now I'm shading all of it based on the second one methods. It is okay if you wanted to change your base color before the details. When you are creating is based on your perceptions of real life, it is easy to make person feel and committed to your works. Sometimes it is quite common leading to someone's thoughts when you come to take some references. And maybe the people will think about that. Oh, friend, that's supposed to be your imagination. Well, using the references for studying it doesn't mean you copied it all the way, unless that is your intent. References is something that supports our idea that we originally would never have thought of. You don't have to copy all the things from the reference exactly, you just take what you want and what you need to get your job done, and that's it. Trust me, if you are get used to take some idea from references in every time when you need it, you'll enrich your imaginative, boost your insight or even logical thinking. And now just keep going to enjoy the last seconds of sunflower painting process. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful and I will see you next time. Goodbye.